we got Stone Armor J. Woo! Woo! Woo!
How's it going, boys and girls? Today is a special day. I just got back from my Japan trip and I got a few packages. Ooh. So today we're gonna open some packages. Before we do anything, I need my trusty box cutter and let's get to it. So we got a couple little things here. I don't really know what they are or what's in them, so we're about to find out together. And I feel like this blue one is promising. So let's begin with him. What the? Never mind. I already opened this before. Let's begin with this guy. This white one. Here we have a paper bag inside of the cardboard, inside of the plastic. So many layers. And inside is... Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we got a lot. What the fuck did I buy? This is what we got. Oh, yeah. And let's open them one by one. One by one. One by one. Gonna open them one by one. I think with the 15th anniversary and like all the stuff that I've been getting on my feed, kind of got back into my Ninjago craze for a little bit. So I got all these figures on eBay, and instead of being in class, I was just kind of going through that stuff. You know what I mean? It's not good. So I picked up a couple things that I don't even know that I bought. So up first we have Oni Garmadon from the Crystallized season, the finale of the original show. I didn't get any of the sets because I wasn't really collecting around this time. I think the last set I bought was the big Master of the Mountain one, and then I stopped, and then I started again a little bit, like recently when I started rewatching Dragons Rising. Okay, over here, here's our figure. I like the helmet piece. It's like the original Samurai X helmet without the hilt on top to attach the I don't know how to say it, but you know, the mask piece is the same mask piece as the Oni masks from the 8th season, from the Sons of Garmadon season, and I think this mask piece alone would look really good on Karloff. Now, I don't have that figure, and I've been wanting that figure for a long time, but the figure that they made him has that hilt that I was talking about on the Samurai X helmet. I think the face print's pretty standard. You get a 2-armed Garmadon instead of 4 for once. And yeah, it's a pretty solid figure overall. Alright, up next, we got Gravis from the Tournament of Elements season, but he came out in one of the Legacy sets. The second Legacy wave, I believe. But I've been wanting to collect all the Elemental Masters, and I feel like there's a much demand for this figure. You can get him for pretty cheap. Let's take a look at some of the little details over here. So this is Gravis, the Master of Gravity. He comes with 2 little beam pieces, a nice little turban, no leg printing, pretty good face print. Does he have a second face? He does, of him meditating. I feel like this one probably looks a bit better, so if I display him or play with him, I might keep it like that. I wish we got a little bit of leg printing. I don't think I have the turban piece in this color too, but yeah, solid fig. Well, up next, we're going to move a little bit further in time, and we got ourselves our first Dragons Rising minifigure, and it's Sora, huh? It's Sora. Let's take a closer look at Sora. For most of the original Dragons Rising ninja, I wasn't really a big fan of the headpiece combo with a mask piece, and I'll show you a bit later. But I think this turned out really good, and I really like the unique hood with the cat ears
And I feel like this is the only Sora figure you need. I've looked at the other ones, but I still think this is definitely the best one. With a face print, she has a second set of eyes. You can take a look at over here. And I think this second face looks a lot cooler. Yeah, second set of eyes. You got some pretty solid leg printing and some really good side arm printing over here with a gold arm. I just think it's a really detailed figure. I like the colors. I like all the textures and the unique mold for the headpiece. And yeah, solid figure overall. I'm a big fan. We got two figures right now, ladies and gentlemen. And it's Dragons Rising Season 1J, which isn't a canon figure, and Dragons Rising Season 1, Leloid. Let's take a closer look. So like I was talking about earlier when I was showing the Sora figure, I'm not a big fan of this piece over here. I think it kind of makes their eyes look weird. I'm pretty sure this came from one of the bad guys from the hunted season, and that's where the hood piece comes from. I like this mask piece over here. I think it looks cool. And I think it looks cool with the eyes too, even though this also isn't canon. Well, this figure isn't canon to begin with, but in the show, most of them look like this with their eyes here. And I just think it's a strange shape, you know. And I'm not really a fan of, well, this is just me nitpicking a little bit, but I'm not really a fan of how the entire figure is the same plastic color and there isn't much variation there, especially coming from very detailed, crystallized, and fugitive suits, which is one of my favorite line of suits that came out. And just to have this come right after, it took me a while to get used to this. And when I first saw it, I really wasn't a fan. But it's grown on me a little bit since then. We could take a look at Lloyd too. I think for all of them, they all have different details around the eyes on this face variant. But I think with Lloyd, after when Dragons Rising came out, they shifted towards a lighter shade of green. I don't know how to feel about that. I kind of like the darker shade a little bit more, but I think this looks better on Lloyd than it does Jay. And I think it might be the contrast with the darker green over here just makes it stand out a little bit more. When this, I feel like it's very close to kind of a wonky version of a blue spaceman, if you see what I mean. But I think this executes it a lot better. Um, I think you get a source dragon icon or logo at the back. And yeah, pretty good figures. I have Zane and I have Kai. I'm trying to complete it, but this is all I have for now. Missing Cole and Nia. And then yeah, this is also a pretty affordable set of figures to complete since not all of them are. So if you like this is a good one to complete, I think. And yeah, last from this package, it's we're going a bit old school, going back in time again since we went forward to a character that has been kind of written off the show and one we really don't see that much anymore, or we don't see anymore at all. Haven't seen him at all in Dragon's Rising. Can't take a guess. It's Ronin. Now, I've always wanted one of these figures. I've never owned one before, since pretty sure he only really came out in some pretty big sets. Aside from his plane set in the Possession season, but then I think he came out in Temple of Ejitsu and in one of the Ninjago City sets. But yeah, I'm glad that I got to get my hands on one of these because just like when I'm playing with my figures, I don't have this character. And I really wish that they came out with custom molded hair and hat combo piece. I think it would be really nice to have that, but overall, I think this is a pretty good figure. I like this shade of coral green. It's probably not coral green, but I don't know. It's a cool shade of green. I like the shade of green. Face printing is very detailed. It's unique. There's no second face print. The orange and the color scheme reminds me a little bit of Nauticon's crew members from the sixth season from Seabound. So yeah, pretty good fig. That's all I have to say. And let's move on to our next package. I think this one's pretty big. This is a pretty big one. I think this is a pretty big ninjago lot. Oh baby, this is a good one. This is a good one. All right, yellow package. Let's see what we have. I don't know if I mentioned a while ago, but I started getting back into Ninjago, collecting Ninjago figures, and I've been wanting to complete a lot of things that I didn't have before growing up. So we're taking it back in time, and we got Cole Zukin, and let's put them together right now. But I mean, this figure looks like it's in really good condition, like it hasn't really been. Looks like it's been sealed for a while. So let's put this together. Wow, I got so much nostalgia from building this figure because I haven't seen figures with the old designs this crisp and untouched before without any playwear since all of mine are more than 10 years old now. But this is a really good figure. I think the Suzuki suits, I didn't really like them before, and I didn't really understand why everybody liked them, but I kind of get it now. I think the brown and black combo look really good together. The knee pads are a good addition as opposed to just a belt piece, especially coming after the rebooted season where there was no leg printing at all. I think that's a pretty good detail. A lot of these older figures had more weapons on them too. I think the gold printing on the ZX helmet piece looks really really nice and it translates super well. Back printing's good too. Just overall a really good Cole figure. But that is not where this ends with the Cole figures because we got Possession Cole too. Another pretty beloved and highly acclaimed, well praised set of suits. Now, in my personal collection back home, I only have Deepstone J and Zane, so it's nice being one step closer to completing this. Obviously, Deepstone Lloyd is pretty expensive since he only came out in one set, which is kind of crazy. And of course, I would want a moral possessed Lloyd as well, but that figure is also kind of out of my budget. But it's just crazy seeing these figures fresh and shiny without any playwear. I don't even know if it's nostalgia talking, but I really think in terms of the colors and some of the details, I think a lot of these figures look better and hold up better than a lot of the new ones do. But that's just I don't know. That's just me. Let me know if you agree or disagree, but it's just they're so clean. Okay. We got Deep Stone Coal, ladies and gentlemen. I believe the possession anniversary, the 10-year anniversary was this year. So I think this came out in 2016. I'd like to think. I really like the gray accents on this. This is one of these dual molded masterpieces that were used from possession all the way up until Hands of Time. It's the first time it was used. I think the gray and the black look really good together. I just think the ninja look really good and really clean and really sleek when their main color is black, and there's a lot more contrast with the colors, and they just look so much cooler this way. Okay, I'm running out of card space. I gotta speed this up a bit, but yeah, really good figure. Super cool seeing all of these older figures in mint condition because I haven't in person like in forever. I don't even remember them ever being this shiny and this good. But this is probably the happiest figure I'm with so far. All the other ones I opened, I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were like kind of cool in theory, but I don't care much for them. I have a lot of love for these two, and I'm happy that they're in my collection. Um, if we want to compare with something a bit newer, we have Evil J. Yeah, that's right. They made Jay a bad guy. I get why. I like that they gave the ninja different arcs and different things to do post merge. I think the show was getting a bit formulaic and a little bit monotonous, and I think they decided to switch things up at the right time since it was just sorry, it was a cycle of bad guy of the season, that enemy that Wu made that the ninja didn't know about, and then they got to deal with him, and it just became a whole thing over and over again, and it was just that for so long. So yeah, here's Evil J. Um, Pretty solid fig. I don't know if since this is the foil pack not foil, it's the paper pack version. That came in a magazine. I'm not sure if he's supposed to have any shoulder armor or anything like that, but I kind of like this figure. It's dark. It's got some edge to it. I like the way the pattern on the torso connects to the pants. I think this figure would benefit from some double leg printing, maybe with a navy blue on top and the black at the bottom. But of course, that'll take away from the budget of the set. A lot of people like these mask pieces. I think they're okay, but I think they look good on this figure. For the face prints, it's the same as the head for his other Dragons Rising figures with a regular face at the back. And yeah, we got Evil J, our first canon J figure, because this one over here doesn't exist in the show. This one does. So yeah, moving on. We got a last and final thing, and it's a box. So what's in the box? What's in the box? Sorry. Uh, yeah, let's get this thing open. I got my trusty box cutter. Be careful when using a box cutter at home, because you don't want to cut yourself or hurt yourself. I don't want to cut myself or hurt myself. That's scary. Anywho, let's open this bad boy up. There we go. Okay. We got plastic. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my. Oh my. Sorry. But holy. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, hold your horses. We got a pretty good one. We got a really, really good one. Guess what, boys and girls? I bet you weren't expecting this one. That's right. We got Stone Armor J. Woo! 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 Yeah, that's right. This is a big day for me. So my collection back home, as I've been talking about, I have the two harder Stone Armor figures to get, actually. I have Stone Armor Kai and Stone Armor Cole, but I don't have Stone Armor, what's his face, Lloyd and Zane, that came in the sets. So I have all of the exclusive ones, but I just need to get the regular ones, and then I'm complete. I feel like this is a pretty good set to complete. I think it's a bit weird that half of them have leg printing and the other half don't, and that they were never really released properly, but I'm happy that they were completed eventually. But this is another good figure to have that was kind of old to get in mint condition. It's just so cool just to see it all shiny and stuff. I mean, it won't be getting as much play wear as it would if I were a little legit, if I were a little bit younger. But holy chalupa. Oh my golly goodness. I like to check if the figures are real first, of course, just like checking the top part of the head and the feet. If it says Lego, this is pretty legit. Some good stuff. And yeah, let's take a look at what we have. We have Stone Armor J. Wow. This came exclusive in a character encyclopedia sometime between 2016 and 2018. I'm going to say 2016. That's my guess. I think it's a little bit awkward that the logo over here doesn't really align with the armor piece. But other than that, man, it's another solid figure. I think I really like the rebooted figures, and I really like the Tournament of Elements figures, the tournament suits. But I think these half mask suits really benefit from the shoulder armor, and it just gives it so much more dimension and character. And I really like it when they use their hair pieces, not like with the headbands like what they do now. I really like it when they use their hair pieces for each of the figures, because it just makes them feel so much more personal. Like, okay, let's get us an example. This new J figure for season 4 of Dragon's Rising. I didn't get this, not part of the lot. He looks pretty good. I'm not a fan of the yellow and the navy blue and the regular blue. I just think too much is going on. And I think the yellow sleeves, especially when he has yellow skin, it just looks weird. And it looks like he has some sort of disease, and his arms are just weirdly pale. So don't mess with this. And it's got toes too. Like, why do my figures got toes, bro? Just like with add the armor piece, and it looks so much better. Doesn't that look so much better? And let's just switch out their hairs. Yeah, let's just play around a bit. Let's switch out their hairs. Woo! Yeah, see this the headband, it kind of makes it a bit redundant in my opinion. I mess with the headband and the mask being a different color. I think that adds a good contrast. I just can't get behind these arms. We're not here to talk about that figure. We're here to talk about this one. Um, Goes along with my other OG figs that I got too. It's a good set. Yeah, man. I'm happy. My inner child is happy right now. And that is all we have today. Unfortunately, hate to cut it here, but just a quick rundown of what we got. We got we got Garmadon with the Oni mask. Well, it's not a mask, it's his head, but Oni Garmadon with 2 arms. We got, who did we review after that? We got Gravis with the gravity thingies. Looks pretty good. He's closing his eyes. He's thinking. Could be napping if you want to play with it like that. We got Sora. I messed with the hood piece. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. And after Sora, we got Dragon's Rising Season 1, Jay and Lloyd. These are also good figures. They're okay. Just had to get my hands on them for the sake of completion, I guess. We got Ronin. And then over here, we got Arzukin and Deep Stone Coals. We got Evil J. We got we got we got Stone Armor. Stone Armor J. Got that. Beautiful. 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 Now, just to share, you got to be careful with your listings on eBay because you might get scammed. This fool sent me not ZX, rebooted Lloyd with a wrong hairpiece. But the picture, it was the regular one. So now I got to find a way to get that other hairpiece. And yeah. If you like this, if you want to listen to me talk about my figures, let me know. I got a lot more to talk about if I got more coming in or when I have the rest of my collection on my hands. Thank you very much. I hope you have a beautiful day, and here's Dareth. Yeah. Yeah, take a look at Dareth. Yeah, take a look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bye bye. Bye bye.